We need to ask ourselves the question, does something become the truth simply because it is believed by an overwhelming majority? From harmless everyday myths to profound logical fallacies, the motive of decoding deceptions is to challenge the overwhelming tendency to participate in groupthink. We at DPSMIS headed down to Qatar National Library to ask people what they think about our theme, Decoding Deceptions. What do you understand when I say decoding deceptions?
So what I think of is basically someone telling you something that's not true, or you finding an untruth and then figuring out what the real truth is. So like looking underneath the surface of what people say or what you read on the news.
I don't really understand it, but I suppose if I was thinking about it, I'd think it was about unravelling things that weren't true.
I understand that trying to figure out that those are the deceptions, like trying to figure out what is right from what is wrong.
Normally I would sort of think of something like there is an encrypted sort of message, like you're being told something that's not exactly true, but you're going to have to figure it out.
I believe that decoding deceptions is related to understanding, and it's important to understand that in other places of the world this might be seen as a lie or might be seen as something controversial.
Was there any instance in your life where you were presented with something as the truth, but in reality it was just a lie?
A lot.
When I was younger, my parents would tell me, don't do that, or like a crow will come and take your nose away. Of course, I believed it at that time, but now I don't. Thanks, Mom.
Probably work ethic. I think that people said that I don't have to work a lot harder, but in reality I found out that I have to work pretty hard to do anything I honestly wanted to do.
When we finished the high school, they said to us, the university life is gonna be, study is gonna be easy, but when we went there, it is not. It is hard a little bit.
Have you ever created deceptions or assumptions about yourself that caused you trouble in the past?
Oh yeah. I've been to multiple sports tournaments for karate and basketball, and I honestly thought that I could push and carry my team, for example, or myself. I failed to understand that there's a lot more going on than just me.
In the past, I had this assumption about myself that I am limited and that I can only do certain things. But then I think that's just a bad assumption that I made about myself, and I think that everyone is capable of much more than they think that they are capable of, and they should just reach out, just try exposing themselves to whatever comes their way, grab opportunities, and that's the way you grow.
I think everyone creates deceptions about themselves to portray an image that may not be really who they are. And decoding that deception is what it takes to understand that person. So decoding deceptions is something we do every day, but I'm expecting to learn more about it during this TED Talk.
So do you think mainstream ideas about issues should be challenged?
Yes, definitely. And non-mainstream ideas, all ideas should be challenged.
Mainstream ideas sometimes go into the sector of stigma sometimes. For example, you might consider something, a mainstream idea to be a stereotype even. These stereotypes are very hurtful and damaging to a lot of people. A lot of the time it also prevents really important conversations about mental health, for example, which is an idea that is it's mainstream in the media a lot, but it's often misrepresented. A lot of important conversation won't happen, and a lot of people that need help won't get the help that they deserve and they need.
That depends on what the mainstream idea is. Because if you're going to challenge something like people should not be treated equally or something like that, something that, you know, obviously should be happening, then no, ideas like that shouldn't be challenged. But if it's something you feel like there's an injustice of, so like for example the wage gap in between males and females, especially in countries like America, then that's a mainstream idea that's happening at the moment. And yeah, something like that should be challenged because it's something that will end up benefiting people.
Do you think people should be able to express their opinions no matter how controversial they are?
Yeah, I think freedom of speech is it's a big issue, and everyone should have the freedom to express their opinions no matter how controversial, because everyone's opinion does matter, and learning from different opinions you can form your own opinion, and that's why I think, you know, everyone should get a chance to express their opinion.
I I don't think so. I think that some opinions are just best left unsaid. Like, you know those sayings, like, if you don't have anything nice, don't say it. Because if everyone starts saying really controversial stuff, then boundary lines will be crossed, and not everyone will be able to respond in a good way.
As long as no one is being hurt or offended, then it doesn't matter how much they want to express themselves. Even if it's annoying somebody, that other person can just walk away or something.
Within reason and during like a good discourse. If they're just like yelling it out loud and trying to shout the loudest, then like there's no point. But if they have a like valid reason behind it, like an actual like logic behind their thinking, then yeah, why not?
If you knew that a large group of people held a misconception as fact, what would you do to change their minds?
Stop President Trump being president.
First of all, I believe everyone should have an open mind. They should realize that not everything that they see or believe is a fact or is the truth. It's all about how you put forth the truth, and I think you should be really convincing. It's about how you convince their mind. Yeah, it's all about speaking to them.
Euthanize them. I'm joking. I'm joking. If I met one of them in person, I would try and have a good persuasive discourse with them. If not, like, videos, write online, comment. That's all I can do at this age and this level.
Hold a TED talk like this one. That's exactly what I would do. And good luck to DPS for TEDx 2018.